Okay, so in the last class we have discussed about the some factors of the Amdahl's law. Amdahl's law states that the speed of you can calculate the performance with enhancement with performance without enhancement is the ratio. Right now, enhancement, again I am repeating what means enhancement. Now some computer use the some improved features, and some computer without enhancement means the computer having the less features. Clear now? That is when you calculate this ratio, it is known as the speed up. Clear? So again, today I am discuss about the performance. What is the CPU performance? Now computer performance is the amount of work accomplished by a computer system. Right? That is the general performance. Right? You can calculate the performance of a human being. You can calculate that is the general. You can the dictionary meaning, the amount of work accomplished by computer system or by human system, that is known as the performance. But here the performance, you can say the performance can be calculated on the basis of some components. Right now, what is the performance of a student? That means the performance of that student can be calculated by using some term or by using some factors or using some component. On basis of that component, on the analyzing the basis of that component, then you calculate the what is the performance of a student, what is the performance of an employee. So that some component will be the fixed. Right now, suppose you can calculate the performance of the student, that means what is the effort. So maybe effort is a component, how the effort of a student towards the study. Then the patience is one, you can say the component, that is the you can say that is the phenomena, or it is the structure of the human system. But similarly, when you calculate the performance of the computer or the performance of the processor, there some terms are there known as the response time, throughput, execution time of a computer system, and is also another term, it's known as the processor time. So first known as the what is the response time. Now response time is the amount of time from when a request was submitted until the fast response is produced, that is known as the response time. Amount of time from when request was submitted. Right? So first come to the first line, amount of time. That means in which time you have or you submitted your request to the computer system. Let's discuss about with an example. Now suppose the example is that suppose your request is admitted to the system at 10 am according to the computer or according to the system time. After 2 minutes, that means 10 o'clock, 10 after the 2 minutes, right? So in the fast response is executed by the computer system to the user. So that 2 minutes, it is known as the response time of that work. Clear now? Second, known as the throughput. What is the throughput? Now throughput is nothing. Throughput is the amount of the work is done by the computer system through, by using a particular period of time or through a particular or within a particular period of time. So what is the particular period of time or unit of time? Unit of time may be the second, millisecond, nanosecond, that is the unit of the time. That within that unit of time, how much work is done by the computer system, that is known as the throughput of the system. Clear? Next come to the what is the execution time of a computer system. Now execution time means that similarly when work is admitted to the computer system, and then you calculate in which time entire work will be executed by the computer system. Here is that with the response time and the execution time, it is a little bit similar, but the difference is that in case of the response time, when you receive the fast response from the computer system regarding your admitted job, maybe the job is over or not, that is not the concept. But when you receive the fast response from the computer system regarding your admitted job, that is known as the response time. Admitted time, and when you get the fast response, that time gap is known as the response time. But execution time means you first record the admitted time and the time where entire system will entire work will execute from the computer system. That is known as the execution time. That's clear about the discussion. Now response time, when you admit the first work to the computer system, suppose 10 o'clock at morning, thus according to systems, then after 2 minutes, that means 10 to, after the just 2 minutes, you will receive the fast response of your job. That is the response time. But the complete work is not over. Still the work is going on by the processor. But when the entire work will execute, suppose the work will execute after 15 minutes. So now is the execution time is known as the 15 minute, right? But the response time is the 2 minutes. That is the gap. Clear? So next is what is known as the processor time, right? What is the processor time? Processor time is that somebody fill that. Now what is the processor time? Processor time is that during the entire scenario, that means when your work is admitted, that means your work is admitted to the processor, right? Suppose it will be admitted at the 9 o'clock to the processor. Clear? Then your work will just start. Then after just 1 or 2 minutes, that means your processor receive the data from the memory, right, and fed to the computer system. That will not be calculated within that processor time. That means here you have to calculate actual processor involved of the processor towards that work. Clear? Now suppose your work is admitted to the processor at 9 a.m. on 9 o'clock. Then processor start its work after just 2 minutes, right? After 2 minutes, it will receive the data from the memory. Again the process start after just 1 minute. That means that 1 minute will not be calculated under your processor CPU response, your CPU time. You have to calculate the actual time. Right, actual time, you have to calculate the actual time means, again I am repeating, suppose your work will admitted at 9 o'clock, clear? Just after 2 minutes, the processor is engaged to receive the data from the processor for 2 minutes. That means, again the processor will directly involve to process your work at 9 o'clock 4 minutes, 9:04. Right now 9 after 4, that means within that 2 minutes, that means 9 to 9:04, right now 9 o'clock 2 minutes, 9 o'clock 4 minutes. That is the 2 minute gap. It's not be included within that processor time. That means you have to calculate the actual involvement of the processor towards your work. That is not the process time. Next come to the latency. What do you mean the latency? This is the first slide when you start the latency again. That is known as the latency. What is the latency? It is a formula which gives the theoretical speed of latency of the execution of tasks at a fixed workload that can be. So what do you mean this latency? Now generally latency is nothing. It is the delay time. Clear? Delay time. Or it is the time required to receive some data by the processor. That's the delay time. That means when you minimize the latency, performance will be the increase. That is the inversely proportional, you can say. Your latency will minimize, then your performance will increase. That is on the latency term. Clear now? Okay. So on that, excluding this part, theoretical part, there is some equational part is there also regarding the CPU performance, like CPI, clock cycles, like clock cycle for instruction, then your cycling instruction, then is next is your, there's another terms is also there, clock period, clock time of the performance. So there is another terms is also there to calculate the CPU performance. Clear? So in the next